Hello and welcome to the Critically Curious. I'm a Monk, and today we are in Age of Wonders 4 and we're doing another faction build. This faction build is called Dwarven Order. Now, I love the Dwarven race, I love what they stand for, so we're going to keep this one rather traditional. And of course, if Age of Wonders content is what you want to see, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget, we do have an active and growing Discord. The link for that is down in the description. Now, first up, we have the body trait, and I actually think that tough is very well suited for what we want to do with this race. So I believe we're actually going to keep tough because we get a +2 defense with that, which is really cool. And we will be stacking that with other perks and things later on in our game as well. Now, there are a few other things that I think deserve a good shout out. Hearty, absolutely brilliant. Strong, really good for like a warrior race, which is what I want to do. I want us to be a warrior type race, you know, great defense, and so that's why I think tough is going to go well for us. Next up, we have our mind traits, and the best trait you could absolutely positively get here is going to be adaptable. Adaptable is so strong. You get 30% more experience with adaptable. I really like defensive tactics as well. I think that goes well with our body trait. However, I think if we're going to boost our defense, we should really be boosting our attack as well. And that is why I think overwhelm tactics is where we're going to go for our Dwarven Order race. Now, with overwhelm tactics, we deal 20% critical hit chance when standing next to a friendly unit. Next up, we have our culture to pick, and this is where we get our first affinity points as well. Now, there's two options, clear options for us here. We have got industrious, which I really like, or we have high. Now, both of them gives us 2 points on the affinities that I would like us to focus on with this build. That is material and order. And I honestly think that these two affinities go very, very well together. And so this is going to be quite a fun go to build. Now, with industrious, we actually get structures with income, with production income. We also have, through bolstering, units get sturdier as they get hit in battle. So once per turn, your unit can bolster defense when hit by melee or physical ranged attacks. And that basically means we get an extra 1 in defense. As you can see, picking the options we picked means we are going to be absolute tanks on that battlefield. We also get an ability called Scout Prospecting, in which we can get extra production or gold from a province. Next up, we have our society traits, and the first society trait that I want to talk about is Bannerlords. Now, we've already got 2 points within our material. It's time to pick up a point in order. Now, with Bannerlords, we actually get something called Rally of the Lieges. That occurs twice as often, meaning all of the vassals that we have within our kingdom, we're able to rally the lieges twice as often. Now, it does still cost quite a bit of money. You can do stuff to actually make that cheaper, but this would be good because it means we get extra troops when we need them. You also have start with the nearest free city revealed, and you get 25 points relations with them, meaning we're going to be able to vassalize them that much quicker. It also means we don't have to scout to try and find this free city. We're literally going to know exactly where it is. For our second trait, we're going to be sticking with material here and we're going to be going for great builders. This is an unbelievably good trait, and the reason it's so good is the starting bonus. The starting bonus is that your capital city already has a workshop. Now, the workshop costs quite a bit of production to actually get going. It takes quite a lot of turns to, already be in your city. So for this to be in your city, we also get that +10 draft and +10 production on turn 1. It also opens up a number of buildings to us, and on top of that, guys, we also get stone walls. Now, stone walls adds 40 fortification to our starting city. This takes a good few turns and an awful lot of production to actually get up and running, so this is brilliant. Our quarries also get a +2 in gold, and our special provinces cost 50% less production, meaning we're going to be able to build stuff so much quicker and earn more gold while we're doing it. Okie dokie, so we're on to the tomes. Now, first thing I would like to say to anyone looking to build this character, build this faction, and maybe even tweak it a bit, you can pick up as many affinity points as you want, guys. There's no right or wrong way to play this game. Now, for us personally, I want to balance things out a bit. We've gone quite heavy on Materium, and to be fair, there are some awesome Materium tomes to pick up here. Central Quarry is a great one. However, we're going to go down the control route here. Now, Tome of Faith isn't a bad one to go for, especially if you're looking to go down and have a little bit more magic into that early game. However, for us, I feel that Tome of Zal is what we're looking for. Now, a great one to learn straight off is Fanatical Workforce. With that, we get a 60 plus production minus a 20% food. So if we want to focus on building very, very early, that's going to get the job done. However, we do get a special building, and that is Circle of Zealotry. With this, we get a bonus 10 draft per positive or negative alignment. So in other words, you can be good, you can be evil, you can take this faction either way on that and get more draft because of it. Draft means that we're going to be able to build more troops quicker. And we also get bonuses towards city stability, which is so important for maintaining that income. Also, this building counts as a quarry. Our hero also gets a common skill, which is called Condemned. The targeted enemy becomes condemned, which means they have a -3 to status resistances. Next, we have a choice between a champion or a wizard king. And I feel like for a Materium Order faction, a champion is the obvious decision. All cities get a +10% gold income. We also get a +20 to city stability. Both of those things, so important. The more gold we have, the more troops we can also have. Troops also gain more experience this way. And because we're going down the order route, this helps with us being able to vassalize more of those free cities, because all free cities start with that bonus 100 relation. And there we have it, guys. Just like that, we have built our Dwarven Order faction. One reason I love this build oh so much is because you can take it either way with the alignments. You can be good, you can be evil. It doesn't matter. Either way, you're going to be strengthened, whichever one you go down. The only way you're going to be even remotely half cutting this is if you don't choose to either be good or evil. I find this a really fun build, a really fun role play, because this is taking a classic Dwarven faction and throwing them into the world of Age of Wonder. Now, this is the best I could do to kind of create a Gimli. I actually think the dwarf to his right looks slightly better than my main hero, but hey, it'll do. All we need to do now is change our sigil to like a hammer, because of course we're dwarves, we're miners. We have worked hard to get our armor correct. But now it's time to dive actually into the game. We're going to go through and have a look at the affinity lines of each affinity that we have chosen, and going through a few of the perks that I feel would be a great suit for our faction. And don't forget, guys, don't be afraid to experiment with the affinities that you pour into your faction. The ones that you go through at the beginning of the game are just the beginning of the game. Some of these games are so long, and you're able to dabble in multiple affinities. And as you can see, just like that, we have been able to also find our free city, the closest free city, give it a Whispering Stone, and from turn 1, we're earning relations with that free city, meaning it's going to be our vassal a hell of a lot quicker than if we hadn't had that trait. So, the perks that I would recommend on the Materium affinity, the first one is actually warsmithing. You do have to go through a little bit in order to get hold of this. However, even with no more points added in 25 turns, we will get it, and our mines grant an extra 10 to our draft. This is great to pick it up because it means we're going to be able to build our troops a lot faster. Next up, we have specialist districts. Special province improvements grant an extra 5 gold. And the more gold we have, the absolute better. There's never been a playthrough that I haven't needed more money. And that brings me to Right of Wealth, guys. Right of Wealth is the next perk I would absolutely go for. With this perk, you gain an instant 2,000 gold. So if you have had troops that have just been killed in battle, you need to replace them fast, or you've got some all too important city improvements to make, this will get you the gold you need, and it only costs 200 Imperium. And if you do dedicate yourself to the dual infinities and actually put more points into Materium, Right of the Dreadnought works so well for us. All currently activated troops gain an extra 1 defense and 1 resilience. This is only a one-time thing, but it does stack our defense even more. Now over to the Order affinity, and needing no time to warm up at all, we have got Purification. Destroying infestations, conquering a free city will give us extra boosted relation with the free cities, and this stacks as well. It is only for 10 turns, but it stacks, guys, and could be so important to getting us those vassalizations. After that, you've got diplomatic channels. You get an extra Whispering Stone, which means you get to talk to more people, turning them quicker into your vassals. The whole idea of Order is that everyone needs to adhere to your word. With tributes, you also gain an extra 10 gold. Then, of course, you've got career soldiers, meaning that your troops earn 20% extra experience, hopefully leveling up faster, maybe even becoming legends. Both of these affinities have end game perks that work so well together. I feel like Materium and Order, they go hand in hand, and it's such a brilliant playthrough and faction to build. But there you go, guys. That is my Dwarven Order faction. Let me know down in the comments if you end up playing this faction as I've built it, and what you happen to tweak and what you happen to do in your playthrough along the way. And if you've got a better suggestion, again, let me know down in the comments. But if you've enjoyed this video and want to see more Age of Wonders content, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And don't forget, we also have that Discord. The link is below in the description. But I've been a monk, we've been a Critically Kudos, and I will see you in the next video real soon. Until then, take it easy and happy gaming.